In speeches and papers spanning many years, Willard Daggett, an acknowledged expert on high school education reform, demonstrates repeated instances of flawed information. Despite the fact the Iowa Department of Education is beginning the third of a 3-year contract with Daggett's organization, the International Center for Leadership in Education. In May, the department paid Daggett almost $6,000 for a 3-hour presentation to members of the Iowa Board of Education. What follows are excerpts from some of Daggett's speeches. The oldest video is from 1988, the most recent from 2006.
There's a college in America this fall that has 600,000 students enrolled, which is 11 times larger than Phoenix. And you know what it is? It's called Western Virtual University. How many here have ever gone ice fishing? Okay, would you guess the water under the ice is pretty cold? But what lives in that water that we're trying to catch? Fish. Fish. How can those fish live in that water? Guess what, folks? It's in the gene. Stanford University professor discovered the gene in May, extracted it, and as we speak at this moment, in the Antarctic, Stanford University has a laboratory where they are growing tomatoes in 20 degree below zero temperatures outside, and they're growing to full flavor and texture without freezing. I'm a former university professor. I'm a former university president. Stanford University figured out how to genetically alter mice to grow the exterior of a human ear on the back of the mouse. You know, even though he couldn't talk yet, I knew what he was thinking. So I just superimposed under him what he must be thinking in this picture. And remember, he is my grandchild, so he must know a lot about all this stuff. You couldn't have done email until there was something called the World Wide Web. Not the Internet. The Internet came out of World War II. But the World Wide Web wasn't created until 1990. It was created by a Frenchman by the name of Timothy Berners-Lee. This year, there'll be more federal income tax forms for Americans completed in India than in America. In the state of Kansas, in the state of Missouri, this afternoon as we speak, if you pull into a McDonald's and you talk into that machine, the person you're talking to isn't inside that McDonald's any longer. Good news is, they're not in India. Bad news is, if you're from Kansas or Missouri, they're in Colorado Springs. So in 1917, the year my dad was born, America changed the keyboard. We had A-E-I-O-U on the home row up until 1917. It was called the Dvorak keyboard. We changed it to the QWERTY keyboard in 1917. It's called the QWERTY keyboard because that's the top row of letters on the keypad. And we changed it because it is scientifically the slowest keyboard that could be made. Two of my 5 children literally would not have been permitted to live in China. I have a daughter with severe mental retardation and autism who would have had drug-induced death. The Israeli poultry company has figured out how to genetically alter chickens and roosters did not have any feathers. Would you like to see what they look like? Now, here's a problem. Chickens and roosters only have one chamber in their heart. So they have no natural cooling system. Their feathers were used to cool them. So the second they go outside, they get sunburned.